Changes like Titan and Punk and Baby, I can only do those on the desktop. I can't do them in mobile. But there are two of those redemptions that used to be desktop only, and now they're actually available in mobile. Oh, you get to see Shadow walking into the room. That's pretty uncommon because usually there's no camera that's low enough for you to be able to see my dog. So that's my Siberian Husky Shadow that just decided to come in and chill for a little bit. All right, so the two redemptions that have changed that now work in mobile that used to only work in desktop are freeze and blur. So as you know, in the past, whenever I was on the desktop, if you did the freeze redemption, it would just freeze me down in this corner and everything else would stay not frozen. But what I had to do for the mobile stream, there's no way to separate myself from the rest of the view in mobile. It's like an all or nothing thing. So when we execute the freeze command in a mobile situation, like if I was at the restaurant or the park, it would freeze the whole thing. So I'm going to demo what that looks like in mobile. And it's kind of interesting because the profile picture of the person who did the redemption starts to come up in the upper right corner, but before it can fully display, the whole scene gets frozen. So you get kind of a frozen smaller view of whoever did the redemption. So let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. I can execute the freeze with a special command that doesn't actually trigger the cooldowns for either channel point redemptions or purchasing in the store. So here's that effect. Okay, here it comes. It's going to freeze the whole thing. All right, so there's what it looks like. The whole mobile scene becomes frozen in kind of a white color, and it's basically locked for maybe 10 or 12 seconds, and then it's released back to its normal state. Now let's compare that to what the freeze looks like if I were doing it in the desktop. I think you understand the difference, but it only takes a second just to demo it one more time. So here's the freeze as it happens in the desktop. As you can see, I'm frozen, just me in the corner, but everything else, like if we had a game or something displaying on the other half of the screen, none of that would be frozen, just me. So that was kind of the original design when I built the freeze command, but it never would work in mobile. There was no way to do it in mobile, so I kind of just had it not do anything in mobile. But now we can make it work in mobile just by having the whole scene become frozen like we did. The second redemption that now works in mobile that did not used to work in mobile is the blur. So for 400 hearts, I think it is, or channel points, you can blur usually you would blur just me and everything else in the scene would be normal, but in this case it actually blurs everything. So I'm going to use the special command that I have called blur dock, which allows me to execute the blur redemption as if somebody had redeemed it. And as you can see, it's blurring the entire scene, not just me like it would in the regular desktop session. So, and the blur lasts for about 30 seconds, so it's a bit of a longer one. And then when it's done, then it allows everything to go back clear again, as you can see. And just as a quick comparison, we'll compare that to when I'm in desktop. Here's the blur as it would look if we were over here in the desktop. And as you'll notice, it's only me and my webcam that's getting blurred, and everything else in the view, if we were playing a game or watching somebody else's, stream or highlight or something, all that would still be in focus. Nothing would be out of stream on that. So anyway, this is the difference, and this is just to show you guys that it does work in mobile now. So the next time I'm doing like the Sidewalk Cafe stream, if I'm sitting at the restaurant or the park, or if I'm fishing, or even on a biking stream, you guys can execute the freeze and the blur, and they should work no problem. And I'm just going to do it one